The most capable and prepared candidates are often the ones who find their minds go blank the moment an interview begins. This physiological shutdown occurs when the nervous system detects a threat far deeper than a missed question or a failed application. When an interview feels like a referendum on your intelligence and professional worth, failure becomes a catastrophe for your self-concept. We call this the identity threat. This underlying threat explains why breathing exercises often provide only a few moments of relief. They attempt to manage surface-level cortisol while the perception of professional danger remains active. High achievers often experience the most severe anxiety because they have built a rigid identity around being competent. They feel they have the most to lose. This pressure leads many to rely on fragile preparation, word-for-word scripts stored in the brain's explicit memory system. Fragile preparation depends on explicit memory. Under stress, cortisol floods the system, blocking access to exact rehearsed phrases. Flexible preparation, however, builds on themes and stories. Understanding the core allows you to navigate from any direction, even when stress levels are high. Candidates who over-script their answers are inadvertently engineering their own failure. Survival under pressure requires relational flexibility rather than rigid perfection. Research from the British Psychological Society shows that interviewers are generally oblivious to physical signs of stress, like trembling hands or fidgeting. This comparison shows where evaluators actually focus. They give very little weight to physical tremors. Instead, they grade you on warmth and assertiveness, the exact qualities that vanish when you withdraw into yourself. Many candidates exhaust themselves trying to hide invisible physical tics, ignoring the fact that their scores are actually dropping because they have stopped being present in the room. True warmth in this context means maintaining eye contact and responding to the actual question asked, rather than retreating into a stored answer. Top performers do not wait for their anxiety to disappear before they function. They learn to maintain a conversational presence alongside the physical symptoms of stress. To address the root of this anxiety, you must shift your perspective using these 3 steps. View the interview as a mutual information gathering exercise. When you accept that you are assessing the company's fit for you, the perceived stakes drop, and the nervous system is less likely to trigger a threat response. After the meeting, unmanaged anxiety often shifts into a damaging rumination spiral, where you replay every mistake in your mind. Break this cycle by documenting 2 things you did well and 2 things you would approach differently next time. Follow this immediately with a brief note to the interviewer, and then move on to the next task. Taking these actions provides a landing point for your mind and closes the psychological loop. While the waiting period is mandatory, the anxiety spiral that often fills it is optional.